wanted to make a video talking about the Witch Queen hype, but realized it'd be more important to make a video talking about the things going away as the Witch Queen approaches. As we head into the Witch Queen, a lot of things are changing, and we will be losing a destination, some activities, and some playlist guns that are also being cycled out of rotation for the foreseeable future. Not all of the content is being permanently vaulted, but it will be a long time before we see them appear in game again, so all of it is worth talking about. I want to start with what is actually being vaulted, which will probably not come back until the very end of Destiny 2's life cycle. They say old content will be rotated back in, but they're focused on Destiny 1 content when they say that currently, with us set to get another Destiny 1 raid in the near future. That being said, activities to give rewards are my favorite, and I'll start there. Exotic quests are about to shrink as we lose 8. Of those 8, 5 are for weapons, and we already have another Chaperone quest in game, and it's also confirmed that Xur will carry Hawkeye and Dead Man's Tale every weekend, so you can check his inventory for god rolls. The other weapon quests, which are for the Wishender, an exotic bow, and Aegir's Scepter, which is an exotic trace rifle, will be gone with no return, just saying it may continue to be earnable in game. The problem with this is if it ends up like some of the exotic kiosk weapons with no way to earn the catalyst anymore, making a good gun only decent at best. The rest of the quests and activities for exotics are 6 ships, a sparrow, and a couple of ghost shells. Each of these are cool, and if you like the aesthetic or are a collector, you should go get these, but none of them are game changing. I'd also like to give a short but important notice for Gunsmith Materials. These are going away at the beginning of the new season, so spend them all that you currently have for random rolls before Banshee goes away on the 22nd. The entirety of the reef, including the campaigns and NPCs such as the Spider and the Crow, are being removed from the game and placed into the Destiny content vault next to the other planets and the Red War campaign. This change is going to be a big shakeup, with the biggest loss being lore and world building for new lights. Spider will be fully replaced by Master Raoul in the tower as he goes away, so we'll be able to trade destination materials and legendary shards in the tower from now on instead of traveling to a destination. If you did purchase the Forsaken DLC at any point, make sure to claim your 3 Forsaken exotic ciphers in the tower at the exotic kiosk. Warden of Nothing is the only strike from the reef escaping the Destiny content vault this pass, and you can find it manually by going to the Legends tab in the Director. With the Hawkeye and Dead Man's Tale, we're also losing their activities, the Presage and Harbinger. These are a lot of fun, and I'm confused why they couldn't simply be moved into the Legends tab as well, but we will see when or if they make a return to the game with the other exotic missions. The seasonal content from Season 12 to Season 15 will all vanish as well, leaving behind no remnants that it ever existed aside from the weapons you've earned and the lack of money in your bank account. These seasons introduced a lot of really cool quick play content and gave really good ways to level and get good guns and gear. Of all the content that is being removed, the one we get to keep are the battlegrounds from Season 13. After seeing Season 14 and 15 content, I feel this is probably the most lacking activity and generally not fun, but it will be added into the Vanguard section as its own playlist from here on out. If you have bought Beyond Light Deluxe Edition or purchased these season passes, make sure to play through the stories to their fullest. These passes are the foundation of the Witch Queen story, and I'm sincerely hoping for a video to be officially added from Bungie with the Witch Queen drop to get players up to date with current events in game. If you already ran through the entire story, do it again on another character until you max the seasonal vendors up in the helm. You can get some really cool rewards, and each character gets bonus currencies that can be spent on weapon engrams, and these seasons introduce some really cool weapons that have some really amazing rolls. I'd say weapon farming is the most important thing any player can be doing currently in game, because it's not clear when or where we'll be able to get all of these weapons in the future, and the current seasonal engram system gives the most direct way of farming good rolls on these weapons. Aside from the content being removed, some weapons are being pulled from the rotation, which means unobtainable for the foreseeable future. They are removing several weapons from Trials, Nightfalls, and Iron Banner. Each of these weapons have existed in a meta spot at some point, so they are worth pulling for if you can. Trials is losing Igneous Hammer, a solar hand cannon, and Solar Scar, a solar caster frame sword. Most Destiny players know both these weapons by name, but Igneous Hammer is a super solid 140 RPM hand cannon that packs a punch. I've personally used it in PvE and PvP both and really enjoy the feel of it. Solar Scar is a caster frame, which means its heavy attack literally throws a blade of energy forward at the enemy, and it can come with the chain reaction perk, turning their corpse into a bomb that explodes any nearby enemies as well. This is super fun to play with and has been a common as a heavy in PvP for a very long time. Nightfall playlist is losing the Swarm, which is an arc machine gun, Shadow Price, an arc auto rifle, Azumi, which is a solar sniper, and Hung Jury, a kinetic scout rifle. Each of these are great weapons too, but I don't want to drag on too long, so to keep it short, I'd say they're all solid choices to have, with Shadow Price being one of my favorite guns in the game. Each of these have a solid substitute though, so if you can't or don't get them, you won't be at a disadvantage. Iron Banner is losing the Multi-Mach CCX, which is an SMG, the Time Worn Spire, and the Guiding Sight, a pulse rifle and a scout rifle respectively. and steady hand, another hand cannon. All 4 of these are kinetic weapons, and all 4 are also good guns capable of doing work in PvP and earning names for themselves there. Just like before, I believe each of these have at least one decent substitute or a simply better option to replace them in a loadout if you don't have them before they go away. As a collector, I love collecting everything I can, so I know I'll be going for a couple of better rolls myself as the days count down. An honorable mention to this list would essentially be all of the season pass currencies. If you have them, spend them. They are being removed from your inventory once the Witch Queen drops. Same with any Ingrams you may have saved up at any of the vendors such as Shaxx, Zavala, or Saint 14. At the least, those Ingrams can be a few extra legendary shards, but they could also end up being your favorite new gun or armor piece. Don't stress about leveling up your gear at this point. Just do what you can. Nothing that requires an insane light level is disappearing, and having the best stats on your highest level pieces doesn't matter right now. Right at launch, all gear will be bumped up to 1350 and will be side by side back on the grind for a new max level. With these destinations and activities going away, I'm pretty sad. The Forsaken being gone is going to be a huge loss for the story, but honestly, the season pass has so much weight going into the Witch Queen. These last 4 seasons have made up the storytelling of the last couple of years in game, and it's all going away in the blink of an eye on the 22nd. I'm really hoping Bungie addresses this with some sort of cutscene or something that sums up the seasons, because the timeline feature that they've added for old content just won't cut it. I think all players deserve to have a proper intro into this expansion, knowing the stakes and what is lurking ahead of them as we all push forward against the darkness. One of my next videos will cover the changes to the game, including the new power systems, crafting, and everything else Bungie's talked about in the last few months, just to compile it all into one single source. I've been raiding a lot of Final Fantasy 14 and kind of let that consume all my time, but I finally cleared the tier over there after using Party Finder, which is that game's LFG system, for a month. I'm excited to be done with it though, and I'm excited to get into the Witch Queen soon. Is there anything I left out? Is there anything that you're gonna miss? Well, let's talk about it. Comment below how you feel, and if you haven't, make sure to subscribe. I've been growing a decent bit, and I'm excited to keep pushing forward with all of you. I'll be live more frequently on this channel, so feel free to stop in and chat with me and the other homies about stuff. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Please, invite me, please.
I don't have you as a friend, Furious.
I know, thought I added you.
I'm not holding WASD or anything like that, dude. This is just...
You found the stasis point within the pool.
Now what happened before... Yep, I had a feeling.
Just slammed the shit. Oh. Just slammed the shit out of you. That was hilarious.
Yep. Now it spawned me at the beginning of the jumping puzzle.
Why did it slam you into the fucking wall?
Dude, I don't know.